Hello friends, welcome to Golden Angel Tarot. For this reading, I'm going to talk about Saturn in Aries. So, as you know, Saturn entered Aries in May, and it will continue until August 31st in Aries. In September, it will retrograde back into Pisces for a final review of unfinished business. And after February 13th, 2026 until April 12th, 2028, Saturn will continue in Aries. When we talk about Saturn, this is the ruler of the zodiac signs Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn restricts mostly on the career work topics, and Aquarius looks for expansion more in the community or collective area. So for Saturn is the discipline, your frustrations, your karma. Saturn creates delays based on where the planet is located or which house it is located, and teaches you lessons. So we are expected to learn things from this, again according to the house and the planets that we possess in our natal chart. And if you fulfill your responsibilities, if you discipline yourself and learn the lessons in the according house or according sign, zodiac sign, then if Saturn decides you have learned your lessons, it will bring its permanent reward. So once you learn the lesson will not repeat itself. If you don't know your natal chart, of course you'll be listening according to your sun sign, maybe your rising. So basically I would suggest listening to your sun sign, rising and moon sign. But if you know your natal chart, whichever house is getting the transit, you can also listen to that reading too. So I'm going to pull these oracle cards beforehand in the name of saving time. Then I will pull tarot cards to learn the lessons, the prize, the blockages. So let's start. Quick reminder before we start: if you like the readings, don't forget to hit the like button. I will be happily welcoming you to my soul tribe. And if you'd like to listen to follow more readings from Golden Angel Tarot, you can consider subscribing. So thank you in advance. Hello Sagittarius. So in order to save time, I pulled your cards beforehand. So let's start. Your first card is Cancer, number 4, dive deep. I assume this talks about emotions, and 4 is about stability. Bottom of the deck is 44, so we have this dominant number 4 right now, and the 6th house, sustainability. So I'm assuming this transit, Saturn in Aries transit, will be affecting your daily life. This is our daily life routines, health, our work environment, our environment in general, our pets, or places where we feel like we're home. So the first thing I get here is like normally Cancer is on the lighter side, is nurturing, emotional, thoughtful. On the shadow side of the archetype is maybe too deep on emotions, that you get annoyed by small things, you put too much pressure on people, you sometimes try to manipulate them, guilt trip them. So also with the crab is, you know, there's like hard outer shell but soft inner side. So maybe instead of focusing solely on your daily day-to-day tasks, you might feel disconnected with your emotions, and you are invited to connect through emotions. Also, this card wanted to show number 17, solar flare activate. So again, I think you should be, maybe you will feel less inclined towards feelings, and you are invited to keep your connection with your feelings. Second card is seer, see beyond the current situation. So this figure has eyes closed. Blue always gives me this energy of communication and healing. Like deep blue is maybe the deep oceans of emotions, and again this is the intuition. So yes, without seeing the full truth, either be your outside world or yourself, you should try to get the whole situation before telling stories about it. And bottom of the deck is autumn, release the old and rest. So this could be this could literally mean something that might happen in autumn, or this could again mean regarding your emotions. Maybe you have these unhealthy emotions deep down, and you are invited to see beyond your emotions regarding your daily day-to-day activities, how you handle things, how you communicate with your colleagues, or how you behave in your work environment, or your again, we talked about fours, maybe in your house or where you feel close to. And also the raven or crows are also talk about more spiritual alignment, being more wiser, more intuitive. So you are invited to dive deep into your emotions and your gut feeling more. Here we have number 28, which is abundance, fortune, wealth, plenty. So this gives me number 2 is balance, number 8 is power, being master at something. So I'm assuming with abundance feeling, I see these coins here, also like lotus flower. This goddess is holding 4 arms, again with fours. Fours are predominant. It could be your synchronicities, it might mean something. Again, it could be about being too stuck on stability to the point of being stubborn. And elephants also talk about abundance, good luck, fortune, and sustainability. So I'm assuming you'll be getting, and here like lotus flowers are again healing power. They grow from mud to the sunshine. Here we have the purple color. So being in connection, stable, grounded, and in balance with your abundant material life. This could either be like I said, it could be your work, your career, or your health, your physical environment. So between the 3D and more spiritual realms, keeping this balance and groundedness might be beneficial. And number 15 is deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. So again, with dive deep cards, I think you are invited to dive deep into your maybe deep emotions. to examine them, like what is working in your favor, what is not. And here she has this triangle. This could mean like Holy Trinity, body, mind, soul. Also past, now and present and future. So it could talk about time, maybe, and like also this wheel. It also looks like a time to me. Maybe the making things happen on time might be something you'll be obsessed with, and maybe instead of being on the surface level, you should try to reflect on the deeper meanings or deeper benefits. Bottom of the deck is number 18. Bright heart light, open connection. So this person is, again, she has this like golden bracelets here, like this goddess, you know, like, so this really gives me this physical abundance feeling. So you might be lucky regarding your physical career wealth wise, but you might be pushed emotionally. Maybe you'll be exhausted, maybe you will find it hard to feel empathy for people, and you are invited to come from heart space, you know, this light holding. It's almost like there's a bright light and this figure is trying to hide it. And Sagittarius are fun people. They like to travel, they like to invent, they like to discover, knowledgeable, philosophical. So I think you are invited to shine your light and coming from a heart space instead of being with this hard shell all the time. Of course, like, don't let people use you with your feelings. It's not what I say. Being grounded and balanced in all connections. So the way you do work, the way how you navigate through your daily life should be balanced and maybe less strict. Here we have the mirror. So this is cards 68. Again, 6 is harmony, 8 is power. So instead of trying to grasp the power, try to reflect your inner shining light. Here I get this like same energy here, you know, the light shining from here is coming from this piece of mirror. So I think as fun, knowledgeable, beautiful people as Sagittarius are, you might feel also this mirror and this moon, like emotions somehow look separated, you know, like you might not be able to see the depth of the emotions. So I think you are invited to shine your light more. And the sustainer 24, again 2s and 4s, and its total is 6. So in order to reach the harmony, you should be balanced and you should be more grounded, but not in a stiff way. And here normally this is like clay, and this person is trying to shape this clay, like this is the point 0 before shaping the clay. But usually what I get from this card is like this person holding the heart in their hands. But today I am quite focusing on this box outside, like the shell of the crab, you know, like all these blues and purples, the communication, the gut feeling, the inner knowing, the wisdom, divine wisdom is all around. But this person seems like trying to keep their heart in this dark place in a box. And bottom of the deck is the heart. Again, we have a lot of a lot of highlight on the heart and emotion aspect. So I think during this transit you will really have tough time with your emotions or with lack of emotions. So here it's the, again, heart chakra is green or pinkish color. I see this nest here, maybe, you know, like home is where heart is. So in a place like you feel home. Here I see this boat, reminds me of like Six of Swords cards. You know, Six of Swords is moving away, sometimes moving away from your sorrows, sometimes moving away from wherever you are. So maybe in the nest, in the heart you call home, you might feel like you're drifting away, drifting on the boat in the water. You might not feel like it is under your control. So I think, again, you're invited to keep in touch with your emotions during this time. And also this is number 31, so 3's expansion, communication, 1 is initiation, so initiate more from a heart space, and 3 and 1 sums up to, again, 4. There's a strong 4 energy in the reading. So this person, again, playing the harp, but looks emotionless, and like, you know, there's this like a message or something they have here, and their mind looks somewhere else, like, and they don't feel like playing the harp from an emotional side, you know. So there are like rocks here, maybe this hardships, or what you perceive to be the hardships. And again, I see this like symbol of, you know, 3's, holy 3 kind of symbolism here. So what does it say? When you allow your inner light to shine and connect with your divine spark, there's a surge of love of self that can override all fear. Like I said, this person looked anxious and annoyed, and like their mind is somewhere else. And again, come from a place of hearts, and you will actualize yourself and your plans. Now I want to take cards for because it's Saturn is blockage, frustration, delay. What are the potential blockage, frustration, and delays for Sagittarius? This one. Okay, so 4 of Cups. See, this person is offering her this cup, but she is not interested. She's cold. And the Hierophant, number 5, also it is 4 again. The Hierophant looks like you got this. You got this, you know, like the hand gesture, I don't know if you can see it, but you got this. So instead of being too apathetic, uninterested with life, try to connect with your deep self. This could be, if it comforts you, religious aspect, this could be spiritual aspect. That's the energy I get. So Hanged Man, 12, and 2 and 1 is 3. So again, this person looks like, you know, this normally talks about being not being in the moment, like staying stuck kind of thing, or also a different perspective. And this person looked like they were turned upside down, but when they were not expecting it, you know, and they don't look like a change of perspective, you know. So yes, I think you're being reluctant, resistant to changes might make you feel like you're not satisfied, also annoyed with life in general. 3 of Swords, this person is quite heartbroken, sad, but again, instead of bottling up your emotions, maybe you should somehow let them out. You can't not everyone can handle emotions, and not everyone can provide guidance. So could be a professional. You can take counseling. And Sun. So you might feel it hard, feel it impossible to feel the brighter side of things. So your blockage could be seeing the brighter side of things in life. And what else? Power, number 8. Again, with the 6th house sustainability card, it was 4 and 4, 44, number 8. So you might feel embracing your power. You might feel it's hard to embrace your power, and this could be your blockage, or finding the strength to change things. And last 2, again 4 of Wands. So I'm really getting this vibe of also this looks like a couple. Maybe you might feel hard to connect with, like emotionally connect with people close to you, your spouse, the person you are in relationship with, and you are invited to try to find alternative ways. And 10, number 10, Wheel of Fortune. Again, this person is lucky, I think, fortunate, but they are not able to see, the eyes are closed, they're not able to see the beautiful changes it will bring. And again, here is the sun, same sun in the sun card. So I think when they make these changes through this transit, you might not be able to see the fortune it brings to you, the abundance it brings to you, until you resolve your deeper emotions or bottled up emotions that you don't want to face. And this is Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is into education. They are swift, they are curious, logical, but see, like, they're blind to something. So again, also this gives me this idea of like Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords talks about learning a truth, a breakthrough, some clarity. So this person is full on with their education, their career, their workplace, maybe like approaching from a more logical aspect, but they lack the clarity somehow. And also here with the Seer card, it said see beyond the current situation. So there are things that you're not seeing, and if you connect deep within your emotions, I think you will be able to see the deeper truths. And if you find the truth, you might be able to turn this into a more abundant, more positive, advantageous point of view. And I'd like to check how can you alchemize or transform this blockage, frustration, and delays. And also what I get here is, now I got this download, but 4 of Wands talks about building a family, marriage, stability. Since we are in the blockage part, maybe you might find it hard to start a stable relationship, or getting your relationship to a more stable, more committed, more serious side is what I get here. So despair, lack of empathy, and being on the more pessimist side of life might be your blockage. So how can you transform the energy? How can you alchemize these energies and blockages? This one wants to come out. 4 of Cups. Again, where was it? 4 of Cups in the beginning. So instead of seeing life like it, I'm not interested, see it as universe giving you an opportunity to change things that are not working. Because this card also talks about like divine handing us a cup, that what make us feel happy, satisfied. So whatever fills your cup, instead of focusing on the negative side, you should try to see beyond the current situation and in a more divine aspect. Maybe like try to understand why is life happening, or why is this happening to me, instead of this point of view. What do I need to learn? What is the lesson? Or how can I fix this kind of approach? And again, in a more emotional point of view. So Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords, I see this dragonfly here, talks about change, and I see this yellow butterfly is more confident, logical again, but instead of like a heartless approach, like heartless academic professional approach, maybe in a logical but more nurturing approach might be better. And I want to shuffle some more. A lot of cards want to come out, actually. There are a lot of ways. Since you're the Sagittarius here, it says like expand. So you are the archetype of expansion. You know how to expand. A Knight of Cups. Again, Knight of Cups is doing like cups are emotions, things that make us happy, satisfied. So here this mushroom has this white feather, divine guidance, divine support, you may say. I see this pinkish purplish hue, and there's the snail hugging around them. So if you have people around you who snuggle like this, instead of like pushing them away, try to embrace it and try to work with them. And if you push them away, reflect on why you are doing that. What is the deeper aspect? What is it that you need to transform? Six of Swords, like I said, here, where was it? In the bottom of the deck. Here, I felt like this boat moving away. In traditional tarot, Six of Swords is swords in the boat, floating away. Also talks about travel or changing surroundings. Here again, I think like I see these winds here and the water. So you have the abundance we've seen here with these cards. So you have the abundance. Try to utilize it. You have the rain, water, you have the air, and the air is like going around it, like instead of resisting. So go with the flow, and if there are things that frustrate you, instead of bottling them up, try to find emotional solution, and with people you feel close to. This one wants to come out, and the Tower. So Tower is number 14. Again, 1 and 4 is prominent. 1 and 4 is 5. So Tower is again talks about the structures we have before should be destroyed and build more stable ones. And again, we talked about 4s and stability a lot. So and 14 is also like with the 4. They are like the subtext of 4 cards. So here I see, again, there's this support here. It's not without support. There's support here. This looks like it got in through and through, but this thing coming through and through deep inside, it feels like it's stuck. It is stabbed, but actually it could be the support too. And like this structure is merging together. So maybe the ground, again I get this ground energy here, the ground and your core self. If you stay grounded, you can find the support you need, and you will do the necessary changes, although it might feel like quite a change and maybe destructive or annoying at first. 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles again talks about stable structure, building a legacy. So here they have this perfect circle, you know, inside the circle, satisfied mushrooms here. So, and they are going beyond, expanding, you know, this tree behind the scenes. This might look like circles limiting them, but the background is that is actually it's expanding. So try to work on, and you might work on your career, your projects. You might find hardworking people like yourself, and concentrating on things that fulfill you will be beneficial. This one, 3 of Cups, with the trees, you know, these mushrooms are snuggling together, intertwined. So allow yourself to have fun, connect with your people, celebrate, take the lighter side of life instead of always work, work, work. Instead of being too stuck in things, try to take a lighter approach, more celebratory approach. And Page of Pentacles. So again here, Page of Pentacles talks about new beginnings, growing a seed, and see again green is the heart chakra color. So coming from a more emotional space, like you can do something tangible, but if you get it from a more heart space, the source comes from heart space, from your heart, like reflecting your inner light to outer world. You have this like glowing pearly orb here, and you'll be lucky. I see this ladybug here, and this looks like a firefly. So you'll be attracting the thing that you start, you putting the seeds and growing things will come to a lucky construct. Let me say, I can't remember the word now. So last card is 5 of Pentacles. So 5 of Pentacles is normally talks about lack, loss, but here what I get is kind of a warning. Maybe this mushroom is like blowing off steam. So instead of concentrating on your losses, your lack, you don't have this, you don't have that, blow off some steam. I don't know how you can do that. I mean, normally 5 of Pentacles in classical tarot talks about feeling lost out in the cold, but actually the help is around. So here, like this, looks like it doesn't see this help here, but after they blow their steam, the maybe anger, whatever they have, or frustration, let them loose, go to the air and go on, continue with your projects, with your endeavors. And bottom of the deck is Death. So again, Death is not a bad card like people think. It is my favorite card in the deck. While you're going through that process, it's not fun, but after, it is quite beautiful. I mean, if you do the necessary work, you are quite satisfied. So what I see here is it's gonna be a lucky one. Death and rebirth, and again 13, number 13, 3 and 1, 4. So a lot of grounding energy. I see this tortoise here. Tortoise is, you know, again they have this hard shell, and they carry their home with them. It is also the same effect with this heart card, you know, like home is where the heart is. So are you going from a heart space? You might have to, not everyone, but like people close to you, you can approach instead of with a hard shell, being more emotional, and I see this scorpion I couldn't talk. Scorpion here, and scorpion is deeply intuitive, so emotions, and try not to work the shadow side. So instead of working this shadow side, try to use Scorpio archetypes intuitive emotional side, and you will outgrow yourself. Like this feels like this you know, mushroom coming out of this sack and reaching further. So also I see like a shadow of like an ancestor tribal thing, so maybe you'll be able to, you have your ancestors, your past life experiences might be showing you the way. So this is how you can alchemize the situation. Now I'd like to take one advice card for you. This one wants to come out. So this figure is holding a bowl. Instead there are golden opportunities. We talked about this abundance card. So good health, good times with friends, success in life, in career, projects are waiting for you. So instead of focusing on the negatives, you are invited. Your advice is to try to see from a different perspective and try to make use of these opportunities, because abundance is coming. And also the element of this card is earth, and again earth talks about grounding. So the color is green. We talked about heart chakra green coming from heart space, and in astrological planet is Venus for this card. So again, love, abundance, beauty is on its way. You just need to seize the opportunity. So this was your reading. Love and peace, my friends.